And now sports with Chris Duerr from the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Sports Desk.
Well, as if their rivalry wasn't spicy enough, the Brown County Lady Hornets and Central Southeastern Lady Panthers were each tonight coming off their first loss of the season, suffered on Saturday night. There was a different imperative then to tonight's showdown at the Nest. Both teams seemed to be a little tight early, and that led to a really weird scoring deficit in this one. But the game would get fun eventually. Nobody scored in this one for the first 6 minutes. By the way, Central Southeastern lost to Breeze Mater Dei. Brown County's lost to Pittsfield. Here comes your first bucket of the game, courtesy in this one of Kaylee Bockhold. The corner three is good, and from that point forward, Central got hot in a hurry, and boy, did it turn out to be Miller time indeed. Lauren Miller with a nifty take right here, the three-point play the hard way, and Miss Miller was about to go on a nasty terror for her squad. Here she is again, this time slithering through the center of the Hornet defense, bouncing one off the glass and getting the two to fall. Brown County only had one field goal in the first quarter. Comes here courtesy of Lena Anderson breaking the scoring drought, but Miss Miller with the buzzer beater just before the first quarter, and it's 15-4 Central Southeastern, and that fun would continue into the second quarter as well. The onslaught growing in this one. The tap away by Miller, and here's that excellent freshman Lexi Niekamp for the take and the two at the other end. More for Miss Niekamp. She's got some range on her game as well, firing for the deep three, and yes, the freshman has that in her repertoire as well. And then more for Miss Miller. She had 23 points in the first half alone, did your reigning KHQA Player of the Year. Lauren with a long three. She finished with 30 on the night. Then it's Amanda Stevens stepping up, a little knockdown jumper for her, as it would be all Central Southeastern in this one. They activated the turbo clock and won 59-26 was your final. In other girls basketball tonight, Quincy Notre Dame goes on the road and stays undefeated with a big win over Western. It was Macomb improving to 6-1 on the season with a win over visiting Lewiston tonight. Also on the docket, West Hancock falls at Illini West. Reagan Reed with 20 for the Chargers in that contest. Girls action, Monroe City too much for Canton, winning 61-49. Van Far with a nifty win on the road at Sturgeon tonight. Nice showing in that one by Chloe Zumwalt, who had 24 points to lead her team to victory. Also at the Tri-Rivers Classic tonight, not a great night for the Clark County Lady Indians as they fall to Milan, but Scotland County gets the big win over Brookfield on the girls' side. And we've got Bowling Green falling to Clopton at Montgomery County, and man, is Clopton really, really good. Let's go to the Missouri side of things. Canton hosting the Monroe City boys tonight. This shaped up to be a dandy, and early on, Canton down 9-8 when Caden Oliver would find Chris Allspaw for the three. That seemed to get the Tigers going. Monroe City, though, with an answer right back. Blake Fauner to Cole Hayes, and Mr. Hayes going to dial up a three of his own. Moments later, it's Trace Miser going to work off the inbound. That very athletic young man is going to find his way to the easy lay-in at that point. But now we get to the Preston Brewer show, and man, he gets the bounce for the and one here as Preston Brewer shows you every bit of that 6'8 goodness he's got working in his repertoire. He's also got a little stretch component to his game as well. Going to make the pull-up three right here, and Preston Brewer makes it downright unfair. It's 19-14 Canton at this point. Just too easy for Mr. Brewer in the paint. He's going to get the layup coming up right here as well. And that, my friends, would make for a nifty turn of events. But we're not done with the Preston Brewer show, not by a long shot. Here's what you tuned in to see. Preston Brewer with the Jimmy Sticks going to lay down a two-handed slam dunk for you, as only Preston Brewer can do. Big time highlight for that young man. All Canton in this one as they roar away late. 65-42 is your final. On the boys' scoreboard tonight, back at the Tri-Rivers Classic at Schuyler County tonight. Scotland County boys, very successful. Vince Dale leading the way with 11 on a balanced effort for the Tigers as they beat Milan on the night. The Van Far boys had to go to overtime tonight to take care of Sturgeon on the road, but do so. Pacey Redding with 24 points for the victors in that one. Hannibal in a hard-fought defensive battle tonight with Deshen falls 34-28. Clayton Nyson leading the way with 9 points. And Holy Trinity, a Final 8 team last year in Iowa 1A basketball, starts their season with a big win, 57-35 over Waco tomorrow night. Big showdown for them with Central Lee. All right, Illinois boys action tonight. Central and Brown County going at it. Brown County undefeated and coming off that championship in the Tiger Classic at Beardstown. Central had a rough go of it with limited practices because of the long football season at Pittsfield. But man, the offense got going from the start tonight. Caden Niekamp with a three-point play. Other direction, little lob in for Jackson McNeff, who was the MVP at Beardstown. The sophomore shows you why with a great catch and finish. How about Briggs Wiskirchen right here doing some work on the attack? Central looked much better offensively tonight, but Brown County just kept counterpunching. Michael Cassing from Connor Flynn right here. Good action, and man, did Michael Cassing have a nice night. He's a talented guy. Still, Central riding the Elijah Gettenbacher experience from outside, led 12-11 at this point, and from that point forward, Brown County is about to roar into this thing in the right way. It starts right here with Carter Havens. Man, that sophomore is so much fun. Larceny and lay-in for him. Then Tanner Seitz, man, maybe the best hair in the tri-states right there. He's going to clean up the little miscue right there and make it look good for his team with a turnaround spin move. More from Michael Cassing right here with the 3, and we'll leave you with a little Wyatt Cassing as well with the scoop to the hoop. Brown County is really good. They get the win tonight, 62-34 going away down the stretch. And yes, the Hornets are indeed for real, Virginia. Finally tonight on the scoreboard in Illinois, not a lot of games to pass along to you, but we can tell you that Big Zill West Central was no match for West Prairie tonight. Braden Copeland with 29 points for his victorious team in that one. College basketball, the news, not good anywhere tonight for Quincy University on the road at Upper Iowa. Hard luck loss for the QU women in overtime despite 20 from Nicole McDermott, and the men's game never close tonight as number 25 Upper Iowa destroys Quincy University 93-67.